Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Jamaica News in Review. Man shot dead after allegedly trying to steal motorcycle from Black River Police Station. A man who allegedly attempted to steal a motorcycle from the Black River Police Station in St. Elizabeth was shot and injured on Saturday morning. He is now hospitalized and under police guard. In a statement Sunday, the police said about 3:40 a.m., a police officer conducting a routine patrol on the property saw the man attempting to move a motorcycle that was being held as an exhibit. The officer approached the man and a confrontation ensued, during which the officer shot the suspect. Head of the St. Elizabeth Police Division, Acting Superintendent Clarence Minto, is warning residents not to interfere with lockups, exhibits, or any other government property at police stations. He noted that under his command, 3 persons have been arrested and charged for breaching lockups. Teacher at Enfield Primary in Westmorland dies. The Enfield Primary and Infant School community in Westmorland has been plunged into mourning following the death of teacher Kimon Tomlinson Williams. She died at hospital after a brief period of illness. Tomlinson Williams taught grade 3 at the Darlington Bay School. She was reportedly at school up to last Wednesday. The news comes as the local teaching fraternity grapples with the suspected suicide of veteran educator Andrea Mackenzie Allen, who retired recently after over 30 years at the St. James High School. Her husband reportedly found the lifeless body of the 60-year-old at their Coopers Hill home in St. James on Friday afternoon. Videographer charged for alleged shootout with cops in Manchester. A 29-year-old man has been charged after he and other men allegedly engaged in a shootout with the police, leaving 1 man dead in Montpellier district in Manchester last month. Jamar Darkins, a videographer of St. Paul's district in the parish, was charged with 5 counts of shooting with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, and unauthorized possession of ammunition. Reports were that about 12:45 p.m., lawmen were in an unmarked service vehicle on an operation in the area when they were attacked by Dawkins, his brother, and other accomplices, who fired several shots at them. The fire was returned and one of the gunmen was fatally shot and a firearm was taken from him. Dawkins and the other gunmen escaped. On the same day, Dawkins visited the Santa Cruz police and made a report of his brother being shot and his involvement in the incident earlier when he was arrested. Following an interview session in the presence of his attorney, he was charged with the offenses. His accomplices are currently being sought by the police. Attorney John Bassey resigns as head of Bar Association after adverse GLC ruling. Attorney at law John Bassey has resigned as president of the Jamaica Bar Association (JAMBAR) following an adverse ruling against him by the disciplinary panel of the General Legal Council (GLC). The GLC is the state body that regulates the legal profession in Jamaica. The nature of the disciplinary case is not immediately clear, and the written ruling is so far not available on the GLC's website. A hearing on the sanction is to come. Bassey had reportedly denied any wrongdoing. In a statement Saturday evening, the JAMBAR disclosed that Bassey stepped down from the top post. Yesterday, the Council of the Jamaican Bar Association was informed of the decision of the Disciplinary Committee of the General Legal Council in a complaint against the president of JAMBAR, John Bassey. Bassey tendered his resignation to the council, which the council has accepted, said the organization that represents local lawyers. It thanks Bassey for his services to the group. JAMBAR said the top post will be filled in due course. Bassey was elected president in June. Telephone calls to him have gone unanswered. Bassey is also chairman of the Dispute Resolution Foundation. Franklin Town residents cry police brutality. Residents of Franklin Town in Kingston say they are growing fearful and frustrated with what they describe as unwarranted police brutality and harassment. They say there have been a number of recent killings in the community following confrontations with the security forces. In the latest incident, residents say a man was killed Thursday on Somerset Avenue following an alleged confrontation with the authorities. Another man was killed in a fatal police shooting in the community last week. But the residents maintain that the men were innocent and that the top road section of the community has been targeted by the police for some time. They have since blocked roads in the vicinity in an effort to limit police movement and air their grievance. Speaking with reporters, one resident claimed that the police had also previously made death threats against men in the community. Then come and they make a talk from last week Wednesday. Say them want 2 more from up here. Every time them come, them pass through today and they make the talk and say them have to kill somebody from Top Road. She alleged, adding, "What Top Road man do them? No wanted man at all, no up there." Reporters contacted head of the Kingston Eastern Police Division Superintendent Tommy Chambers, who said she was only aware of the brawl between residents and the police in the community last week. She said she has no reports of police brutality and the alleged killing of a man by police in the area on Thursday. Hanover construction worker charged after allegedly shooting at man. A 20-year-old construction worker has been slapped with several gun-related charges following a shooting incident in Woodchurch District, Kingsville in Hanover last month. The police say Calcita Simit, otherwise called Devin, has been charged with the shooting with intent, possession of a operated weapon, and using a firearm to commit a felony. Simit is from Woodchurch community. Reports were that about 8 a.m. on September 15, a man was sitting at a shop when he heard an explosion. He went to investigate and saw Simit pointing a firearm at a man. He reportedly ran and was chased by Simit, who fired several shots at the man. However, he escaped unharmed. A report was made to the police and Simit was arrested. Simit was charged on Saturday. Reptile charged with illegal gun possession. A 27-year-old lifeguard from Marmy Bay, St. Anne, has been charged with possessing an illegal gun following an incident in his community on Friday. He is Paul Barrett, otherwise called Reptile. The St. Anne's Bay police say about 1:30 a.m., police personnel were in the area when a premises that was occupied by Barrett was searched. During the search, 138 revolver and 538 rounds of ammunition were found in his bedroom. He was subsequently taken into custody. Following an interview in the presence of his attorney, Barrett was charged with possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition. The police say a court date is being finalized. Businessman shot dead in Westmorland. A Chinese businessman was reportedly shot dead and 2 others injured after gunmen robbed a mini-mart in Waters Works, Westmorland on Sunday afternoon. The deceased has been identified as Ken of Petersfield in the parish. Reports from the Witton police are that about 12 p.m., Ken was at his store when armed men entered demanding money. The armed robbers then reportedly opened fire at Ken and the other men before making their escape with cash and other items. The police were alerted, and on their arrival, all 3 men were seen with gunshot wounds. They were taken to the hospital, where Ken was pronounced dead and the others admitted. Investigations are ongoing. Vendor becomes second fatality in Trelawney crash. A vendor became the second casualty from Sunday afternoon motor vehicle accident on the Barker Main Road in Trelawney. Dead is 53-year-old Sharon Hackett, affectionately called Moffett. Her death follows that of 39-year-old nurse Ava Allen of Steertown, St. Anne. Hackett, who was of a Linstead St. Catherine address, died in the Falmouth Public General Hospital while undergoing treatment. Reports from the police are that sometime about 4:30 p.m., Allen was driving a Toyota Altis motor car towards Falmouth when she lost control of the vehicle. The Altis reportedly veered into the path of a Mitsubishi Canter motor truck in which Hackett was a passenger. The truck was traveling in the opposite direction. Allen, Hackett, and the driver of the truck received injuries and were taken to the Falmouth Public General Hospital, where Allen was pronounced dead. The vendor succumbed to her injuries about 7:50 p.m. while undergoing treatment. The Trelawney police are investigating. Cops probe taxi driver's killing in St. Andrew. Police are trying to unravel the circumstances behind the fatal stabbing of a taxi driver in the St. Andrew North Police Division on Sunday. The deceased, 67-year-old Derek Burke, otherwise called Bird, who is from Jacksontown on Mullan Road, Kingston 19, died while being treated at hospital. Reporters understand that about 11:10 a.m., residents called police emergency and reported that Burke was stabbed. He reported then went into his black Nissan, left the motor car and drove off. Burke, the police stated, crashed into a concrete wall at 111 Red Hills Road. From there, a motorist assisted the now deceased to the Kingston Public Hospital, where he died while undergoing treatment. Police said that they have been trying to decipher what had led to Burke's stabbing and find his attacker or attackers. Reprisal and lottery scamming may have played a role in Trelawney Quadruple murder. Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of the Area 1 Division, Clifford Chambers, disclosed that reprisal and lottery scamming may have played a role in the Monday night's Quadruple murder in Dunville, Trelawney. Chambers told reporters at the scene that one of the deceased, 27-year-old Akeem Robinson, otherwise called Eddie and Pedro, of a Kinloss address in Trelawney, has been linked to a 2017 shooting that left 4 people injured and the mother, 25-year-old Karen Williams, and her 8-year-old son Javier dead. Robinson was named as a person of interest in the November 22, 2017 shooting. The suspect in that case, who is now deceased Theo Robinson, was arrested in relation to that incident, but investigators had difficulties preferring charges against him because of identification issues, Chambers explained. Robinson was shot and killed at about 10 p.m. on Monday night along with his 21-year-old girlfriend, Amelia Livingston, his 51-year-old cousin, Cardell Graham, and Graham's 43-year-old common-law spouse, Nicole White. Chambers also revealed that Robinson was alleged to have been involved in lottery scamming and that he had reported had a dispute with persons from Kinloss prior to his death. The investigation is at an extreme infantry stage, but the investigators are combing the scene. They have been able to lift pertinent evidence so far, and we will be relying on the scientific evidence to advance the investigation to some extent, stated Chambers. He said the police are following several leads to identify the attackers.
Information is that 4 people were at home at dwelling house at Dunville in the parish Trelawney when their space was invaded by armed men who opened fire, killing all 4. There were 4 children in the house, so between the ages of 3 and 9. They were spared their large. Not yet determined a motive for this particular incident. There are several theories that we are exploring at this time, but none is definitive. However, we are at early stage in our investigation, so that's basically where we are.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell.